momentum, don't try to stop it. Got me so clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones when it fell out the Dow Jones. When you look at my pocket, look at the flex. Whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, you stop it, quiet. If it's new, I didn't got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I can barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. More action and no talk. I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it.
Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still bubbling like an offspring, just for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. On the ones, the hunters with the blues in it. Blood across it, where the blood thinner, just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like the Olympic swimmers on the bread and butter. What we ate for dinner, so I had to drink it till the dream was bigger. Only want to go, we don't need to sip. Gotta be number one, number two, never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now on them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I had to put my mind on free. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer homies, this they new shit. This they split.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they run the option on 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him.
Kyler Murray sacked.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. But then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 1st down, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 7 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defense is better focus on. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Shotgun now from Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's David Arnett picking it off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And it's good to make it 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded a couple yards in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
On the coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
At the 23-yard line.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Boy,
these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get get back under center.
Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Murray
on the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away.
Take it at the 37.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
63 yards on a punt return score. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, partner, time to start thinking about dinner plans after this one. I don't want to write them off first quarter, but my goodness, the offense clicking like this and a 4-score lead.
We are programmed to not get to that stage, right? To not think that way, but you can't help it. They look like sheer perfection right now with those 4 scores this early. Let's see if they can keep it up, and let's see if there's any way possible they can be slowed down.
Yeah, right now, I don't see any signs of them being slowed down.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game. And
they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level.
And into the end zone, touchdown Las Vegas.
Complete to number 19, Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown Raiders.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over.
Youngway Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with a promo by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
His kick is good.
And it's up and good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
42. Cardinals, nothing.
On 2nd and 7. Murray being chased. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And that's going to be incomplete. contact there, enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
And now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Switch up, switch up. 54th Mike, 54th Mike.
20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time, and that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Murray, and his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun, Murray, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 7.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now they can't bring him down. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now a draw play with Drake. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tua Tagovailoa and the offense heading back out. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his zone, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded just inside the 30. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Pass complete to number 83, Darren Waller. Touchdown.
He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And he'll bang that one through. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On 2nd and 15 now. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk.
Murray's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Kyler Murray sack.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Arizona. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's taken to the 26. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Running the toss here to Jacobs. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 24. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Bust through the tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Complete to number 83, Darren Waller.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right? And we will skip the highlight. Show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Solid stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage. He pulls something extra in his repertoire.
Josh Jacobs, the Raiders.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Coup now for the point after. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. This one fielded at the... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumbled a great field position. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the silver and black continue to roll. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fielded just outside. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in?
Touchdown, Raiders! Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. From the 6.
Hello?
And he returns this to the 22.
The
Yes.
Cardinals take over
Hey, what's up,
first
boys?
and 10
How you doing?
at their own
Good,
22-yard
how you
line.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's...
Yeah, I've been trying to text Malia. She's alright, or?
So, we went today, we just coming back from the hospital, but we went today for Malia wanted to go visit, but when Malia went, they were saying that there's an emergency going on in the ICU, so we wasn't sure where. And then they called us back, and they said that they could talk to us, so it said that they put Ami on the respirator.
What?
And they had to put her into an induced coma.
What happened?
So her breathing was getting out of control, and her heart rate was out of control, and she was sweating, and so they had to put her in a coma, and so what they're gonna do is they're gonna monitor her, and when she gets better, then they're gonna take her off the induced coma.
So, What exactly is wrong? She's just having a hard time breathe?
Yeah, it's so. It's when she went to cancer, what they said was it was because of thyroid.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, her thyroid. I guess she had that problem before, but when she went to Koku, the ER, then the doctor they said was walking pneumonia.
Oh shit.
But then when they took her to the cancer, they rushed her to cancer, and then they told Ame it's her thyroid that's causing it, the breathing problems and the heart rate acceleration.
A lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on second down. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray, and his throw here's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone, a rally.
And the Raiders have got him. Vita Vea, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. From the gun, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
I know it is.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
She's up now. Come visit.
29-yard
Juju
So that you
Smith-Schuster
don't,
and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And some room to work. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyrell Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders are pouring it on. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, is going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Young Wei Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. The former ASU Sun Devil, Hino Benjamin with it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on.
They're not going to let you in unless you vaccinate. You cannot go visit.
Yeah, they can. No, they just told me that, you know what I mean? I can come visit, but what you call that? It's only one person per a visit.
I'm just telling you what the rule said. The rule said if you're not vaccinated, you cannot go visit anybody.
Colo them not vaccinated. That's what I asked them. They went. See?
Well, go then. When you going Saturday?
No, going with the kind. When she's up, what's the sense of me going if she's sleeping?
3rd down.
What?
Well, I don't even know if she's going, she up. But that's what triggered everything.
From the gun, Murray rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Arizona. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken at around the 40. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
At their own 49.
Tua Tagovailoa and the offense heading back out. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. It's a foot race. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 51 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Young Wei Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down. Murray caught by the tight end Ertz. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it despite all the extra contact and people around him.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt.
At their own 20.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. How do you think he personally is evaluated? His game so far. He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 52 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big...
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
You mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after the previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth league. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
That's a bad move.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Raiders have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Complete to Henry Ruggs. Touchdown, Raiders.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And so the machine is what's keeping her
Younghoe Koo
alive.
set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
What's the sense of scenery? She's sleeping.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Operating from the gun, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. We've
been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
After
the sack on first down, Murray, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
What the fuck?
Their own 40-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Well, they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. 60 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Youngway Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. From the gun, Murray. That is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big...
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Complete to
Henry runs 28 yards. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the third quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he was hit, he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Murray rolling. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Raiders have recovered.
Why does that strike the sick? Don't make him come outside here.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
I think these guys like me.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there.
Last night, or the last night
yards.
that I worked,
And the Raiders take advantage of field position
was
on the
with the
turnover
COVID.
to cash this one in. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will. Both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They're going to try to put points on the board.
And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line.
He said he wants to go get the
Vita Vea has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That right now,
do all that when you go there.
That's a defeated
still
team
gonna
out
meet
there.
up,
I
no
think you can
matter
see
what.
it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To try again after the sack. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Raiders have recovered.
No need Taker tomorrow.
And he's into the end zone.
That's what I said. I goes, why?
For 6 and a Raider
Why
touchdown.
not? Why? Because I know you take
So
it
the
tomorrow.
big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
I know I got my day off, Mom, but this is like a priority because I was having fun when my mom was
they just
dying.
add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in
That's what I
football.
said. You want me to just come and drop off some medicine? Because I feel like my mom knows. My mom would know.
6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Takes this about 5 yards deep,
I think
and
she
it'll
would
come
know
out
if
to
she
the
would
25 as he will not attempt to return. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but
what you mean pregnant?
You and I weren't down there. We can hear it.
What the fuck?
From all the way up here, they were adamant.
Tell me
You
the
got
green-
to hold on to the football, or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. 3rd down here.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
Operating from the gun. Murray caught left side Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safety.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. Past the 20.
If
You
you
really takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Coup now for the point after.
The point after.
How easy.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, when he coming back?
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
I really don't know.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
I went over there.
So out now come the Cardinals. You can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And it's just like, oh, I'm making a fundraiser for the Tommy plate.
Murray trying again after the pick six. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Yeah.
At the 29-yard line.
Saturday. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to have to buy a few,
Looking
you know,
to throw
like,
again on 2nd down.
Murray
steps away. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right now.
First and 10
from the gun. Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Yeah, I'll buy a couple plates.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
7-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Murray has a not close fumble.
All the drinks. I was like, this, you making like you guys have a bar. You know,
offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Oh, some strong running. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield.
I want to get that baby.
Motion. It's all
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more
to kick off.
But lately I've been taking that
touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off.
Now it's a little cool.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
at their own 17-yard line.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give him.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vita Vea in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
I think too much hit thrust.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but there's no reason to use them at this point.
I'm a big toucher. I see Sam, it's on. My hands touch every single part of his body already.
43 extra yards to the 43. Just what you want on a first down run.
No, I saw it now.
And it's 2nd and 2. So they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
16 yards, a first down.
Baker on the tackle. A gain of 16 yards. And a Las Vegas first down.
Today someone told me if I'm Hawaiian Chinese, I was, nope, not even close.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in the game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they can make that up again, don't they?
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Yeah.
And he'll go down at the 28.
I mean, yeah, but
it's a pickup of 6.
Oh, what?
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, offer a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Las Vegas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And another road day to...
Oh, damn, that shit just cool.
Yeah.
After I do the stuff tomorrow with Junior, then I would go down to, she's at Castle Hospital.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating around here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like a white cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.
Yeah, I'm so full. I just like
fool with this. Yeah, I'm a fool with this. Yeah, I'm a fool with this. Okay.
No, she's actually gonna go sleep. She went to sleep inside the other room on the big bed. She's like, can you take down that small bed? I go, are you laying on that small bed? She's like, no, I went on the big bed by myself.
What's wrong? Why won't she sleep in your room?
I think she just wanted a bigger bed. She told me, she's like, oh, we get in the house, when I jump in the shower, can you make my bed for me? I go, no, bitch, I'm gonna fucking eat. You make your own fucking bed wherever you want to sleep.
I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah,
like, I fucked the picture up, you said you was hungry. Then, you know, like, tell me where you like eat. Took 1 fucking hour just to find that, knowing that we stay all on the other side of the fucking island already. You know how I get about parking? But I gotta go parking. But you know that's not the point. You know how I get about parking? A better body wash. Should we fucking bring up fucking shit too? I was like, wow, your party that's due fucking Wednesday. Your fucking teacher called me when I was at work. She left a voicemail. That's not no fucking joke, bro. You gotta fucking get that shit done. She's like, I already have like 2 projects I have to turn in. I goes, well, there's another one. She's like, I can't believe it. We just started school and we got all this work. I goes, I can't believe it. That's what you do when you're in school.
Automatic is a habit. You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it. I ain't noticed.
So yeah, you should go, you know, get some flowers and stuff.
I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down 1. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, you can bear with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can say that, see. I can just hope she don't feel.
And they put it in the home? They didn't leave it in?
Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do?
That's extreme. Is this your older sister or something?
No, they're both the youngest. They're the youngest.
Twins were the youngest.
Yeah.
She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay,
yeah.
Cool, you can sell that seat.
Brother, you better go, big brother.
Trying to LMP. Go and get yourself this thing. Bitch, trying to link up. So much we got synced up. never shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hope compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't telling with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in your bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just want to know that I can hold a conversation. Oof. I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put a
what are you doing, a stretch?
I'm gonna need something I can calm down front. I'm gonna pull it with the bow down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seed.
Oh, my back.
Yeah, oh yeah, I want someone to stretch my back.
Holy shit.
What?
I just realized I was still on live. So right now, our whole conversation is broadcasting over the fucking